It feels like spring is finally here, and with MyBotanika this weekend, it feels like the growing season gets really started. And it's also the end of my no-buy. Yes. Hi and welcome back for a new video. My name is Michael, better known as Handy Plant Guy. I wrote some stuff down so I don't forget anything. So in this video we're gonna go over my wish list for MyBotanika, which is gonna be tomorrow on Saturday 11th of April. But I'm leaving today because this evening there will be a community event organized by Pascal's Jungle, and I'm going together, or I'm rolling together. So we're driving together, Noriza and I. So I'm gonna meet Noriza at noon. It's early in the morning right now. I wanted to do this video a few days ago, but it was like really busy. So I hope this video can go out today. If you don't know MyBotanika is the biggest plant fair in Europe. And it also feels like the collectors are all there, and it just feels like when MyBotanika starts, the growing season has started. So I'm really looking forward to tomorrow because it's gonna be a really busy day. But I'm not alone, I'm with Noriza this time. Last year I was all alone. And at the end of the video, I'm also gonna share some updates with you about my no-buy, because that stops tomorrow at MyBotanika. Things like how much money I saved with my no-buy, which things I sold, so how much money I made. So I'm really excited for this video, so let's get started. Let's start with my wish list for MyBotanika. I not really have a wish list. I want to have some more alocasias because last year my wish list was a variegated bilite, and it felt like I was just looking for some variegated bilites, so I skipped all of the rest. So I don't want to do this year, but I want to have some more alocasias, like Alocasia Tattoo, which Noriza and I think Jacqueline also bought at the plant outlet. And believe it or not, I still don't own a pink variegated black velvet. So maybe I'm gonna find it there. I had the chance to buy some, but you have to feel like a connection with your plant, and I didn't felt that there. And I do think at MyBotanika there will be more special prices. So fingers crossed for that one, that I'm going home with a black velvet alocasia, pink variegated. Next, I also think there will be a lot of anthuriums or variegated anthuriums. So I wanna go home with at least one anthurium. And I also want to buy some really fun stuff, like pots, 3D printed pots. What? Oh, there will be some sellers with some carpets and some cushions and stuff like that. So I think that's really fun stuff. Also some trellises, and almost forgot that, some terrariums, like self-made terrarias, I don't know how to pronounce that. So I want to take a look at that. And I also want to buy at least one Hoya and a variegated begonia. I really would love to have a pink variegated begonia. So we will see. Last year there were a few, but I didn't pay much attention because I'm not really good at growing Hoyas or begonias. So I want to try that out this year. And I also want to go over some TC plants, tissue culture. I think there will be 1 or 2 booths with tissue culture. Last year I bought my little variegated bilite also in tissue culture, but that died. So luckily I bought a bigger one also. So let's try out some tissue culture. Because tissue culture is, for rare plants, they're really expensive. It's much cheaper and not, it's not really easier, but cheaper. So if you can save money, why not buy tissue culture? And I already talked about Hoyas, and there will be a lot of Hoya stands. So we're definitely gonna take a look at those. I saw one really nice Hoya at the plant market in Maastricht. So maybe there's some like with pink or pink stressed. So I'm definitely wanna go over some Hoyas at MyBotanika. And last but not least, I wanna have some shelves for my Mills bowl. So the nice part about MyBotanika is when you're going, you don't have to pay some shipping costs. So it's also way cheaper, and I hope they will have some special prices for that because I wanna give my Mills bowl a makeover. And I also got a second IKEA greenhouse cabinet. I think it's called Fabricor or something like that. So maybe I also can find some shelves for that one. And I do think that's it for my wish list. For my wish list this time, I don't wanna focus on one or two or three plants. I just wanna enjoy walking through plants on the plant fair, making some memories, meet a lot of you guys. And I got a present for a friend. We chatted on Instagram. So I'm gonna take, I have some cuttings from my variegated oleander. She messaged me last year when I did the plant market, when I was a seller on the plant market. If it's not sold, I want to have it, but I sold it right away. So I still got one in my greenhouse outside, and I took some cuttings. I have to check if they're already rooted. So I have to take that. And I'm also gonna take a little present for Noriza. I'm gonna give her like the little corm of my pink variegated Sandarina, Alocasia. And I still have to pack my stuff because we're leaving in, let me check, in 3 hours. So I have to edit this video. Let's go over what I saved with my no-buy. I started my no-buy in February. I think it was the 1st of February. So it was 2.5 months. I sold some cuttings of my Gloriosums, which made €6. I sold some cuttings from my Burlamax Flame, which was €12. Some Anthuriums. I think that was the Cross Magnificum with the Crystallinum. I sold one of that online. That was €5. Some cuttings of my variegated Domesticum that made €10. Some palm trees, which I grow by myself outside. I didn't show you that yet. Maybe in one of the next videos we're gonna take a look in my garden, my exotic looking garden with all of the palm trees. And that made €75. Then I sold some smaller ones, 4 pieces for €10 each. That made €40. And I also bought a Mills bowl cabinet, like behind me, but a white one. Maybe you saw that in my plant walk through beginning of the year. And I didn't really use that one, so I put that also online and I sold it for €100. And they didn't want to have the glass which was inside, so I sold that separately for €30 2 times. And then I sold some planters, some pots, and that made like €7.50. some aglaonemas, and some begonias. No begonias, just aglaonemas because I don't own any begonias. That made €6. And again, another anthurium, I don't know which. And I came with the result of saving, oh no. I saw an aglaonema of €6, which I didn't bought, so I put €6 in my pinky pig. And I saw a nice begonia, I don't know which one, and that was €12, which I also took the money and saved it. And also an anthurium for €5. And that made a total of €338.50, which I saved on 2.5 months. So I'm gonna use that money to buy some stuff on MyBotanika, of course. And I really don't just wanna buy some plants. I wanna do some really nice stuff, like accessories and stuff like that, some fun stuffs. So I hope I will see you in my next video about MyBotanika, and I hope this video will go out today. So if you liked watching this video, it was like a little bit chaotic and stressy, make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you back in my next video about MyBotanika. Bye bye!